Welcome back to DBL. Have you ever seen the movie Red Sparrow? Well, in it, Jennifer Lawrence plays a spy who uses seduction to get what she wants. But what if I told you the plot is not far from reality? Aliia Roza is a former Russian spy who was trained to use her body to catch criminals. Before we chat with her, here is just some of her story.
As a kid, I was very nerdy. I didn't have any friends. I actually was not allowed to have friends. My father, who was high-ranking officer in Russian military army from Soviet Union, and my grandfather was the national hero of the Soviet Union fighting Nazi during Second War. My father would always teach me different kind of exercises, how to shoot from the gun. I knew the martial arts. I was good at shooting. When I came to the academy, I was completely ugly duckling, completely. And I just, I never found myself beautiful. I never found myself seductive or alluring. My main training was to stop drug and human trafficking, how to read criminals, how to program criminals, how to get information from criminals, how to arrest criminals, and especially how to seduce criminals in order to do what you needed to do. Mind tricks are very powerful using sex techniques. For example, do you know that you can really program man's brain by using sex techniques during the intercourse, where you can anchor your partner with anything you need? I'm talking about body spots, certain words, certain perfumes or smells. We would create the environment where certain people looks alike or certain things looks alike. So the target would be like, oh, I forgot, and now I remember I need to do that.
Oh. Fascinating story. To tell us more, please welcome to DBL, Aliia Roza.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Aliia, thank you for being here. All right, I have to ask this. Of more than the 300 women at the Academy, 5 were chosen. 5. Why do you think you were picked?
Well, they chose us because of our physical and mental stability, our health, and I suppose they just wanted to find those women who would be perfect weapons, those women who would be also easily to programmed, because we kind of brainwashed, and they brainwashed with this beautiful patriotic feeling, like you have to save people, you have to protect innocent children and civilians. And we were doing that crazy things. Now I understand that it was completely crazy. But that time I thought well, I'm saving people. Well, we did save over 500 underage people, which were teenagers. And I feel really proud for that. But again, I had to go through many dangerous things.
I want to underscore that. Saving 500 underage people.
Right.
Yeah. Not many people can say that at all. You should be very proud.
Absolutely. Those 500 lives are forever changed because of you. Now, we've all seen spy movies and we've seen them trained, but you actually know what that's like. So can you tell us from the inside, what is training like for a spy?
Well, the training was quite difficult. We slept maybe 4 hours a day. I think after studying psychology and everything, I understood that they wanted physically us to be drained and tired so they could easily program us for what they wanted us to do. To say, for example, you have to sacrifice your body for the state. You have to sleep with anyone you would be ordered. You just need to, to trust us and just basically follow the order and do what we say. And we did a lot of physical activities, of course, gun shooting, and of course, a lot of academical stuff as well. But the most interesting part of this education was that we really learned secret, and I can tell that it's really secret because after 20 years I never found anything like this in internet or books. And when I speak with many people in former CIA and former MI6 and former FSB officers, they say we have never heard anything like that. But we were warned to be very careful with Russian female spies. And these techniques are very powerful because it really can program someone's brain. I'm talking about man brain. And as you know, sex is the most strong, powerful tool in female hands. And if she uses in the way we were taught to use, then the man doesn't really have any other choice.
Dang. Now listen, I know that there's a lot of darkness too that you had to encounter. In fact, you left your job after your last mission. What can you tell us about Operation Vladimir?
Well, Vladimir operation was the biggest. Vladimir in Russia at that time was almost like Pablo Escobar. The amount of heroin which they were trafficking from Afghanistan was just tremendous. It was insane. And then from Russia, they would traffic it into Europe. So you can imagine how many young people were overdosed. And it was kind of like a program where Afghanistan were trying to damage the young generation of Russia and Europe in order just to kind of like just to ruin the country from inside, and of course my job was to infiltrate the criminal gang, get the information where the next place of the delivery would be, and then just literally like get that information, arrest all the drug dealers and so on. So I had to become kind of like his girlfriend, and I did. And again, using this seduction spy techniques, I did it successfully. And in the end, when my cover was blown because of bureaucracy and corruption, it's a long story short. The book is coming very soon. I'm telling all the story there. But anyway, when my cover was blown and I was almost I was almost killed because of that. Vladimir was the one who stopped these criminals, and Vladimir was the one who helped me to escape Russia and move to Turkey first. And Vladimir sacrificed his own life to save mine. That's how powerful these techniques are. Can you believe that? And he was eventually killed. By his brothers. Yeah.
Whoa. Unbelievable. I wish we could talk to you for the whole hour, and I might be calling you for some tips.
I'm waiting for that book.
I want that perfume.
Aliia, thank you so much for joining us today. DBL Nation, Aliia is a woman empowerment speaker and certified sex coach, so be sure to follow her on Instagram. Thank you for joining us and sharing your story. We appreciate you. We'll be right back.